Before anything begins, allow your body to become comfortable. Let yourself settle into the surface beneath you. There is nothing you need to hold right now. Nothing you need to decide. Gently release the small tensions in your shoulders. Let the muscles of your face soften. Take a slow breath in and allow the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Again, slow inhale, longer exhale. The day may have been full of choices. Small decisions, quiet negotiations inside the mind. But for this moment, none of them need answers. Tonight is not about choosing. Tonight is about balance returning naturally. Now imagine that somewhere above the quiet night landscape, there stands a silent observatory. A place where astronomers once watched the sky not to control it, but to understand its perfect equilibrium. Inside this observatory, there are delicate instruments, long telescopes, polished lenses, and finely balanced mechanisms that slowly adjust themselves to the movement of the stars. Nothing here rushes. Everything waits for the sky to settle into alignment. And as you breathe slowly in the quiet darkness, you begin to step inside this observatory. The doors close gently behind you. Outside, the world continues. But here, everything is calm. Everything is balanced. Everything moves slowly enough for the mind to finally rest. You are now standing inside the observatory. The air is quiet, not empty, but gently alive with stillness. Soft light moves across the curved walls of the dome. Above you, the ceiling slowly opens. The night sky reveals itself. thousands of stars appear one by one. Not chaotic, not random, but arranged in delicate cosmic balance. At the center of the observatory floor, there is a circular platform. Ancient instruments surround it. Long brass arms, thin rotating rings, quiet mechanical structures designed to measure the movement of the heavens. This is the alignment chamber, a place built for one purpose only: to observe balance. Astronomers once stood here through the night, watching the sky move slowly, recording the subtle dance between planets and stars. They understood something simple. The universe never rushes its balance. Every orbit takes its time. Every movement finds its place eventually. And tonight, you are not here to calculate the sky. You are here to remember that same natural rhythm. As you stand in the center of the chamber, the instruments around you begin to move slowly. Not loudly, just soft mechanical whispers. The rings rotate gently. The long arms adjust themselves by a fraction. Tiny corrections, quiet recalibrations. Nothing dramatic. Just balance being restored. And as the observatory adjusts to the sky, your mind begins to mirror the same movement. Small thoughts settle. Unnecessary questions soften. The constant weighing of options begins to slow. For a Libra mind, balance is never forced. It appears when movement becomes gentle enough. So for now, you do nothing. You simply stand in the center of the alignment chamber, breathing slowly, watching the sky, and allowing your mind to find its own natural equilibrium. The alignment chamber grows quieter. The slow mechanical movements around you continue gently in the background. But now your attention begins to shift. Across the observatory floor, there is another structure. It stands slightly elevated in the center of a circular ring of light. Two long arms extend from a central pillar. Perfectly symmetrical, perfectly still. This is the celestial scale. Not a scale used for judgment. Not a scale used for measuring right or wrong. This instrument exists for a different purpose. Balance. For centuries, astronomers used this device to compare the weight of movement in the sky. Not physical weight, but energetic weight. The pull of gravity, the influence of orbit, the delicate tension between forces. Everything in the universe is always balancing something. Light and darkness, movement and stillness, expansion and return. The celestial scale was built to observe this silent equilibrium. And tonight, it waits quietly for you. You step closer. Your footsteps are slow. The floor beneath you is smooth and cool. As you approach, the arms of the scale begin to move. Very slowly, almost imperceptibly. One side lowers slightly. The other rises. Not because something is wrong, but because adjustment is natural. Balance is never a fixed point. It is a living movement. And now, as you stand before the scale, something begins to happen inside your mind. The endless comparisons of the day, the subtle internal debates, the quiet effort to choose between options, expectations, and outcomes. They begin to loosen their grip, because here nothing needs to be decided. The scale moves on its own. Tiny corrections, gentle recalibration. Just like the observatory instruments that align themselves with the stars. And slowly, you begin to understand something deeper. The mind does not find balance by forcing the answer. It finds balance when pressure is released. So allow the scale to move. Allow your thoughts to settle like dust in quiet air. You are not responsible for holding everything in perfect harmony. The universe already knows how to balance itself. And your mind is part of that same universe. So breathe slowly. Watch the gentle motion of the celestial scale, and let the quiet rhythm of balance begin to guide your mind into stillness. The celestial scale continues its gentle motion behind you. But the observatory is larger than it first appeared. Beyond the alignment chamber, another passage slowly reveals itself. A curved hallway lit by a soft silver glow. You begin to walk. Your steps are slow, unhurried, quiet. The hallway guides you deeper into the observatory. And soon, the corridor opens into a vast, circular room. This is the Chamber of Quiet Orbits. Above you, the ceiling is transparent. Through it, the full night sky unfolds. Stars drift slowly across the darkness. Not fast, not dramatic, just steady movement. In the center of the room, a great model of the solar system slowly turns. Golden rings circle a luminous sphere. Each ring represents an orbit. Each orbit moves with its own rhythm. Some are wide and patient. Others are closer and move a little faster. But none of them collide. None of them rush. Each orbit simply follows its natural path. Astronomers built this chamber to study harmony in motion, because the universe does not demand that everything move at the same speed. It only asks that each movement respects the others. And this quiet truth begins to settle into your mind. During the day, the Libra mind often tries to hold many paths at once, many possibilities, many outcomes, many perspectives. And the mind becomes tired from weighing them all. But here, in the Chamber of Quiet Orbits, a softer understanding appears. Not every path must be chosen tonight. Not every thought needs resolution. Some ideas can simply continue their orbit, moving gently through the sky of your mind. You watch the golden rings turning slowly, each one steady, each one balanced. And without effort, your breathing begins to match their rhythm. Slow, even, calm. Thoughts that once pulled for attention begin to drift further away, just like distant planets moving quietly along their paths. Nothing needs to stop. Nothing needs to be forced. Everything simply moves in peaceful alignment. The observatory understands this. The stars understand this. And slowly, your mind begins to remember it too. You are not required to resolve the entire universe tonight. It is enough to rest inside its balance. So allow the orbits to continue. Allow the stars to move. And allow your thoughts to travel their quiet paths until the mind grows soft and peaceful enough to fall into deeper stillness. The chamber of quiet orbits slowly grows calmer. The golden rings continue their movement, but their motion now feels almost distant. Your breathing has become slower. Your body feels heavier in a peaceful way. And somewhere within the observatory, a quiet signal begins to spread. The instruments are preparing for a rare moment. Astronomers once called it the moment of alignment. You notice a soft change in the light above you. The stars continue moving across the open dome. But gradually, their paths begin to form a pattern. One by one, the wandering lights of the sky move into quiet harmony. It is not sudden. Nothing dramatic happens. The universe never rushes its moments of balance. But slowly, almost invisibly, the movement of the heavens settles. Planets align along a single invisible line. constellations seem to pause. Even the distant glow of the galaxy feels steadier. Inside the observatory, the instruments respond immediately. The long brass arms stop adjusting. The rotating rings slow. And finally, the celestial scale becomes completely still. For a brief moment, everything in the observatory rests in perfect balance. No correction needed, no movement required. This is the moment astronomers waited for. The sky has found its natural harmony. And as the observatory falls into this deep stillness, your mind begins to mirror the same quiet alignment. The thoughts that once circled endlessly grow softer. The comparisons fade. The quiet inner debates lose their importance. Nothing is pulling the mind anymore. Everything has found its place, just like the planets in their orbits, just like the stars in the night sky. And now, in this moment of perfect alignment, your mind is allowed to rest. You do not need to hold balance. Balance is already here. You do not need to solve the night. The night already understands itself. So simply breathe. Slow. Gentle, quiet. Allow the stillness of the observatory to settle deeper into your body. Allow the calm of the sky to settle deeper into your mind. And let this rare moment of perfect alignment guide you toward a deeper and deeper state of rest. The moment of perfect alignment slowly begins to soften. Nothing breaks the silence. Nothing disturbs the balance. But the observatory understands when the night is ready to rest. The instruments remain still. The celestial scale stays perfectly balanced, and the quiet chamber around you feels deeper than before. Above you, the open dome slowly begins to close. Not quickly, not suddenly, just a gentle movement of the great circular panels. The stars disappear one by one behind the closing roof of the observatory. But their quiet order remains in the space around you. The golden rings in the orbit chamber have nearly stopped. The mechanical arms rest. Everything in the observatory has completed its work for the night. And now the observatory itself prepares for sleep. The soft lights around the chamber dim slowly. The silver glow fades into warm darkness. You take one more slow breath. The calm you feel does not belong only to this place. It belongs to you. The balance of the sky has already entered your mind. There is nothing left to adjust, nothing left to weigh, nothing left to resolve tonight. Your body is relaxed. Your breathing is slow. And your thoughts have become quiet. Just like the observatory, resting beneath the night sky. So now, you gently step away from the center of the chamber. There is no hurry. The doors of the observatory open silently for you. Outside, the night air is calm. But before leaving, you look back one last time. The observatory stands in perfect stillness, balanced, silent, complete. And with that quiet image, your mind begins to drift further into rest. The night continues. The universe remains in harmony. And now your mind follows that same gentle balance. The observatory sleeps. And now you sleep too.